everybody. Thank you for being here. If it's the morning for you, the afternoon, or the evening, welcome, Marie Cabas from the Face Yoga Passion with this beautiful program, Age Gracefully. Today, I have a beautiful, beautiful gift for you because I've discovered Angelika Christie just a few months ago. I had no idea what she was doing beforehand. And the more I see her, the more I discover more and more possibilities for we as women to love ourselves at the age that we are. And that's exactly what we do with face yoga. And I wanted to start what we call the pre-age revolution. It's a revolution because I find we need as women to look at ourselves from a different angle at the age that we are. And we are, as Angelika does, she talks to people, women 45 and over. And that's exactly what we do with face yoga, allowing to love ourselves naturally, respectfully, and yes, love ourselves respectfully in a natural way. So thank you for coming, Angelika, and accepting this beautiful possibility of sharing your wealth of knowledge, of wisdom with all of us.
Thank you for the invitation, Marie. And I know it's Marie, right? Just Marie?
Yes.
Okay. And I have followed you. I was always very interested in natural because I'm a naturopath. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I am a naturopathic doctor, which means I don't like chemistry. I don't like allopathic medicine. I like natural ways to enhance, to preserve, to rejuvenate. And it's really everywhere. And our face is kind of the first thing we see. I mean, babies, when they're very, very little, they react spontaneously, even newborns, to the face of a person. And there is so much more than just the shape of a face, or it is the radiance. It is what do you express through it, and to preserve your. I believe with face yoga, you strengthen the muscles. You probably I'll have to learn from you, of course. You probably have a better circulation in your tissue and all kinds of things that will be beneficial. Because let me tell you, women 45 and over are bombarded with false claims of quick fixes and creams. There are, and desperate women buy those, and
they're spending thousands and thousands of dollars, Angelika.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to mention one thing, I live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And during the pandemic, there was an increase of 40% of people getting operated, Botox, fillers, because they weren't traveling. So they were looking at themselves on Zoom. And you have no idea, Angelika, that people just threw themselves because they have no idea that there's something natural that we can do with the breath, with the reconnection of ourselves, with the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we think about ourselves, changing that angle. And that's exactly what Angelika was going to be talking about. 7 mistakes leading to premature aging and how to reverse them.
Yes, I actually just pulled this in because I haven't created it yet, but I will create a PDF, a short workbook through it. Just about less than a month ago, I thought about I have 7 steps to success in relationships and in your business. And those 7 steps are the 7 C's, like it starts with clarity. And then courage and choice and creativity and commitment, community, collaboration. These are all of the C's that I have already developed, and they're part of all of my programs. But then I thought, what is it specifically for women 45 and over, 50 and going on? What are the what are the common mistakes?
Right.
And and of course then all of those seven C's can be applied there as well. But what it really is the first one is not being prepared. I mean, at a certain age, you don't even want to think about it. And you don't need to think about it when you're in your 20s. Even though in certain things, yes, for example, my skin got so damaged because I just wanted the darkest tan that I could get.
Ah,
And of course, I also live in the Bahamas for the
mm,
last 43 years. And even before that, being in Germany, living in Germany because I'm German, and going to our vacation home on Mallorca in Spain, in pretty south part of the Mediterranean. Um, the moment the summer came, I was out in the sun. I was a sun worshiper,
yeah.
and we didn't put any skin protection on. Now, I believe 50, 60 years ago, maybe the sun was not as damaging. Maybe the ozone layer was not as depleted
Ew.
as it is today. But your body doesn't forget anything.
No, they don't. That's the whole
Nothing.
point. Because I remember when I was pregnant, my first daughter, well, my first, I have one daughter. Um, the doctor had mentioned, be careful, don't go to the sun because your hormones will be will be rejecting. So I had huge brown spots, Angelica, and I was not even 38. So there's one thing that we have to be careful with that, but that's a whole different subject. I also did a show about that on my age gracefully. However, I want people to know that you have your own show on Win Win Women. I just want to describe exactly all the fantastic things that you've been doing, and I want people to know that. So Angelica has her own show on Saturdays called Your Radiant Life After 45, and it's at 3 o'clock Eastern time
Yes.
or 12 o'clock Pacific time for those of you who are different time zones. But I want you to describe what she does. Dr. Angelika Christie is a champion for women's empowerment for over 30 years. 30 years, people. Her clients enjoy outstanding results from her unique, highly successful programs called Prosper on Purpose, Prosper in Love and Relationships, Heroic Love, Radiant Love over 45, and one day weekend VIP deep, deep dive mentoring in her exotic retreats in the Bahamas, where she lives. So, as a trade setter in personal development, Angelica has been honored with our awards of excellence in leadership, speaking, and life transformation. Actually, she just received an award just lately, not even 2 weeks ago. I saw on Facebook. You'll tell us about that. Angelica is a dynamic transformational speaker and presenter on international stages, including Harvard Business School Faculty Club, relationship speakers, event at West Point Academy, Harvard Club of Boston, and Carnegie Hall. I'm telling you, bringing beautiful people on this show. Angelica is also a top show host with Big Media USA and Global Win Win Women, as I mentioned before, her Radiant Life After 45. She's also a successful businesswoman with native Germans who moved to Bahamas in '79 and still lives in Freeport, Bahama Island. She's a mother, 5 grown children, and 10 grandchildren that she had the chance to go see lately to come to the States. Angelica is also an author of books, Your Intelligent Cell, and also How to Revive Your Relationship or Leave Without Regret. I love that. Her two upcoming books, Sophisticated Women and The Truth and Myths About Soulmates, that are scheduled to be launched in 22 and 23. So I was going to ask you, Angelica, how do you make the world a better place?
You can only make the world a better place by starting with yourself. You, when we are young, we are told what to do, how to behave, uh, be the perfect daughter, be the best in school, then find a good husband, then be a good mother to your children. I mean, that's usually
The list just goes
the
on
list
and on and
just
on and
goes
on.
on and on and on. So you already wear all those hats and you contribute to making in all of these roles. You can already make the world a better place. And then comes the time for each woman when the nest is empty, when the children start their own lives, and please don't hang on to their lives. Um, the more you let them go, the more they love to come back. But if you make some kind of make them obligated to be in touch with you all the time and doing this, don't do that. But anyway, I'm diversing. And then comes the time where she asks herself, what now? What next? Who am I? And that's when the journey within is really so important. And the woman cannot do this on her own. There is just too much programming, too much story already implemented in her automatic thinking, because 95% of what we do is automatic, is subconscious.
Right,
So she needs help. She needs somebody who shows her
right.
the possibilities, and then, that, like the seven C's, get clarity, and then have the courage and the commitment to find who she really is, kind of re-energize, reawaken, find and
Yes,
then reawaken your original self. And
I
I
agree.
call heroic self-love, it's your soul that has the blueprint for that, you know?
Exactly. And that's exactly why people have come to come with me to meet with you. So the wisdom that you have to share with us, what are the 7 mistakes that lead us to premature aging, Angelika?
Well, as I said, I believe the first one is that you just don't want to prepare for it. You think, oh, this is so far in the future, so you don't even want to know. Let me just see, because I would have to look what they all are in the right sequence, and then. The other mistake is not to realize that your metabolism, everything slows down. And even half through, your life, you are already at a point where your metabolism is slow, and the growth hormones and your whole hormonal system, it's kind of, it doesn't give you a big hose anymore. It comes more like by the spoon, and then the older you get, it drips and drips. So you have to do something. Uh,
Okay.
your weight is not only what you eat, but also how active are you. You
Mhm.
need to stay active, so you do not eat the same amount of food, because your body really doesn't need as much food as when you were in your
And
20s.
proteins, yes, I agree. I totally
Yes,
agree.
right. So adjust the
Oh,
sizes, and also know how to combine foods, because also your digestive
yes,
system gets weaker. So the right
yes,
combination is really important. Limit sugars, like sweet fruits even, and juices, fruit juices. They are supposed to be healthy, but there is a lot of sugar, and sugar turns into fat.
and
And
one of the things I spoke to somebody, I'm sorry to interrupt, somebody just told me that she's in her 50s, also 60s. She lost a lot of weight by just picking the type of fruit. She was telling me the red fruits are more, there's more sugar in red fruits. And I never thought about that before. Since it's been a week now, I'm thinking about it. I said, oh, I think she's right.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
strawberries, the
Except,
raspberries, the watermelons,
yeah, yeah. Yes. Even though I believe the raspberries don't have such a high amount of sugar, but the watermelon is practically sugar water, you know,
yeah,
the
but
watermelon.
it's so
And
good.
and so, yeah, I know they're good, but you have to. Oh, and then don't combine it. Don't have fruit and protein. um, it's not only the digestive juices need to be different, but it affects your brain as well. So proteins, the best way of eating is to eat things by themselves. You know, when you think back, our ancient ancestors, you know, in ancient times, they didn't have a plate with 3 or 4 different kinds of food on there. They ate one when the hunters came back and had meat. Then that's what they ate. They ate meat. They didn't need to have bread and this and this and the other things with it. They ate one thing at a time, and that's the best thing you can really do. Don't have too many things together. And there is a chart, and we don't have time here, of food combinations. So,
Maybe we can have that next time,
orient.
Angelika.
Yes, right, right. The next thing, the third thing is not to build muscle. You know, when we are young, we build muscle easily. As we get older, it's not that easy anymore. I mean, I have to work for my muscles, you know,
Yes, but we
because
have to
they are,
maintain them though. That's an element. We have to maintain Angelica muscles
yes,
because they do have to, as soon as we hit our 50s, they do to dilapidate themselves. So did I
yes,
lose you?
and they are not, and they're not only really important they are important for your skeleton, for your entire muscle, for everything
Yes.
in your body. You know, we often think about the outside muscle in our arms, in our legs, in our thighs, and our butt. But it's also the internal muscles
Hmm.
that are so often forgotten, because they hold your organs in place as well,
Right.
you know.
So we're up to 4 mistakes, 4 or 5 mistakes. So what are the other ones that we need to be careful with?
Okay, so another one is to keep your brain active. Not only active, but the muscle building is important for your brain. The muscle building is important for your brain. The other thing that we sometimes don't associate with the brain is sleep. You need enough sleep. Your brain needs to rejuvenate, to build, to also put things into place, because during the day we usually have an overload of
Mhm.
information coming into our brain, and our brain takes it in, takes it in, takes it in. So today is so different than 1,000 years ago, but our brain is the same. So it is totally overwhelmed with what we really give our brain. And we need, especially as we get older, we need that quiet time. We need
Exactly.
to stop, quiet time during the
Yes.
day, the breaks, and also we need enough sleep. I mean, 8 hours, I don't get 8, but I make sure I get at least 7 hours. It's really, really important. And just lately, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I read a scientific article about a, uh, they found that people who were sleep deprived, and they had I think almost 1,000 people who they
Surveyed.
were deprived. They sleep up to, I think, 5 hours, and the others had normal sleep. But the ones that were sleep deprived um, put on, I don't know how
Wait.
much, but an amazing amount of fat
Yes. Wait.
on their belly,
Yes.
midriff fat, from not enough sleep. So,
Because you have a
ladies, what
tendency,
about that? You know, I mean, that
because
is,
we, sorry.
yes, it's a hormonal thing, and sleep. I mean, there is so much involved. Our pituitary, and the melatonin, and all kinds of different things. And when it comes to sleep, also make your room dark. If you cannot make your room dark, wear a sleep mask. Put the temperature for the night down
Yes.
to 70, or as
Mhm.
cool as is comfortable for you. It all improves sleep quality, because
Hey, no,
it's not how many hours you're in bed, and
no, no, no.
it's the quality of your sleep that is so important.
And we have a tendency when we're tired, we have a tendency of wanting to eat more sugar. So all of that
Yeah,
aspect, naturally, it's a whole routine.
snacking, right.
And
Yeah,
also with,
snacking, so go to bed a little earlier, and
yeah,
also teach your body a certain routine. I'm still not really where I want to be because I'm a kind of a night person, and things come and I get creative, and I stretch the hours again, and all of a sudden it's midnight and I say,
yeah,
ah.
I know how you feel. I'm a morning
But
person,
I'm aware
so
of it, and yeah, yes. So I try then to add another hour of sleeping hour, of getting up a little later, not as at 7. I'm not a morning person, but 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock is not my time to get up.
you see, that's when I get up and I have my ideas. But after 9 o'clock at night, that's it for me, Angelica.
Yeah,
Nothing can
no,
come in.
feel,
My mind becomes like cement.
yeah,
And as you said so well, we have to find one day to disconnect totally
totally.
from whatever. For me,
Yeah.
it's Sunday. I need my time. I need my part time. I need my family time.
Even this year, don't take your, just turn it off, put it away. Don't have it in your bedroom, because otherwise it's the last thing you look at and the first thing in the morning. Don't do it. And since I live right on the ocean, I see so many women, also men, walking
I
with their
know.
phone and
I
talking to
know.
their phone, and I said, oh my goodness, here you are in God's perfect
Oh my God.
environment,
I agree with you so much. And I don't understand, Angelica. We have a condo in Florida, so we
Yeah.
always go every summer. When you're on the beach, how can you put a radio? You listen to the waves. The waves come to
Yes,
you
I
to
know. Yeah,
caress you. The
yeah,
sound, the beautifulness of the water
yes.
coming in. It's like a
It's a
massage.
meditation. Yes,
It's a
yes,
meditation. It's a
yes,
massage.
yes.
How can you listen to your phone or again radio? That I don't understand. I
Yeah,
totally agree with
no,
you.
you're totally correct. And then, the next one is, and that's all part of it, feeling that self-love is selfish. Self-love is not selfish. If you love yourself enough, you take care of your body. You take care of the things you that are in alignment with your core values. You honor yourself enough.
Yes,
Self-love is self-healing. It
yes.
is self-rejuvenating. It is taking care of yourself, because if you don't know how to do that, then you're not very good with other people as
To
well.
anybody else.
Self-love is, it's like, when you take a flight, like the flight attendant says, put your mask on first and then help the others. So you need to practice all of this on yourself first, and then you become you know a forerunner, a light, somebody that others want to follow, because you practice it. And I have a very strict rule for myself. I do not preach, I don't preach anyway, but I do not suggest things that I have not, that I don't do myself. I don't say do this, or I suggest you do this if I do the opposite. That is out of
Naturally.
integrity. And I think with everything you do, be in integrity with yourself, with your core values. It
Yes.
makes such a, sometimes it's tough. Yeah, it's work.
Yeah.
It's easier to be lazy and to not do something that seems to be easy, but it's easy also not to do, you know?
Exactly. And as you understand with the wisdom that you have, Angelica, the fact that some days it just doesn't work. Some days nothing is just clicking together. So we just let it go. We just
Yes,
take a day off
yes,
from doing what we need to do.
yes. That's
And
self-care.
and
Yeah.
I think it's important also as women just to not always, um, even if the self-care doesn't work that day, you just feel off. And I think we have to give us permission to
Yeah.
feel off.
Yes, totally. We can have a pick out day even when it comes to eating. They say, "Oh my God, I cannot eat this." If you really want it, then do it, but know what you're doing. Do it consciously and then enjoy what you're doing. Even the sins, sinning
So
can be
much,
fun, but
so much.
know what it is,
I
be
remember, Angelica, you said something that's very important. As you said, something that sorry to interrupt. I was losing some weight a few years ago when I was 48, and I lost a good 15 pounds. And I was following a program, and it was Weight Watchers, as everybody knows. And they said I was enjoying my chocolate cake. I had like it was a celebration, and I really enjoyed that cake.
that's
And I lost weight that week
yeah,
because, as you mentioned, that consciousness
yeah,
of being careful with the rest, but
yeah.
enjoying and saying thank you for
Yes,
this particular.
I allow this. Yeah, I allow myself to eat this or to do this or not to do this. And then if you do this and have a bad conscience, you are in total misalignment with that, and it creates stress within you. Don't do that physically, mentally, emotionally. It's not going to work. It
Oh,
creates
time.
stress hormone, right? Which
Yes.
of course is one way to put on weight, because stress hormone said, "Oh my God, something is happening outside. We need to
Mm,
hold on. We don't burn any calories. We don't burn fat. We need it because there is maybe some danger out there." Our bodies are ancient, They don't see outside. They don't see. They only go with what they are designed to do.
I totally agree. My goodness gracious, so much good information. Time is flying. It's already, we have only 4 more minutes. And tell me, how can we reach you, Angelica? How can people be able to come to talk to you, work with you?
Well, the best way is really because yes, I have a website. It's Angelika at angelikachristie.com, which is my name with a K because I'm German. Angelika is Angelika, and Christie is Christie. So angelikachristie.com. But a new website is in the making, which is
Good for
really
you.
going to be your radiant life after 45. Um,
Uh,
but then also WhatsApp me. WhatsApp is so easy. I think almost everybody has it, and my number there is the US number. It's 305.
yeah, let me just write this down in the chat.
Okay.
Hold on. Where's the chat?
uh,
Okay, the chat number. Yes.
yeah. Okay. 305 8324.
Oh, I made an error. Back up 305 343.
8324.
So,
Because my phone is in the Bahamas, so it's a Bahamian number, and you would have to dial the plus before it or so. And my email is my name as well, Angelika at angelikachristie.com.
this is so wonderful. So wonderful. How would you like to part today? Is there one little aspect that we can change as of today that you recommend?
Okay. I believe that your attitude changes everything. Uh, just for today, maybe, don't allow anybody to disturb your inner peace. It is
Mm,
totally up to you how you want to receive something. You cannot change the circumstance. You cannot change what comes to you. Even the person that may criticize you or is in a bad space and say something nasty to you, it has nothing to do with you. It's not your, and it is not taught you. It
yeah.
is taught the person that the other person sees, which is not you. Okay,
Or
so
again, they're uncomfortable with something, so they're
yes,
projecting it towards
it's,
you.
it's a projection. It's not the real you. So always come back and maybe do this at least 3 times a day, where you just stand,
Mm,
feel as if you grow roots into the ground. Take a deep breath in, bring the energy from the all, from the sky, from the universe into you, and smile because you are alive. Every hour you are alive. It's a gift. And it's the most precious gift. There's nobody like you. And when you see your face in the mirror, be amazed, smile as well,
Yes.
because there is no other face in the universe like yours. So don't look at what is wrong. Just enjoy
Accept it.
and accept it and embrace
Oh,
it. Love it.
Angelika, how beautiful the way that you finished this beautiful presentation. Very, very profound and very important also to remind us. We need reminders. Thank
Yes.
you again. Thank you for showing up. You can always reach Angelika on her show Saturdays, 3 Eastern.
Yes.
Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
3
And you can,
Saturdays, 3 Eastern.
and if you have any questions, you can reach me on my show, Age Gracefully, Marie Cabas. You can reach me at faceyogapassion.com, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye for now.